Welcome to Highs, nigga. Where everybody is everybody. Yeah. What's that? What's that? Whiz back, get back. They mad, big facts. Hey, get mad, bit mad. They go hard. This crack, smoke blunts, sip yak, spend money, get it back. Hey, get mad, bit mad. Hey, get mad. I'm getting back in my mode. I'm coming back on my grind. And all of these women, they say they love me, but I know that they lie. And I don't want them. They ain't getting money. Get mad, get mad. Fuck with you niggas, you ain't a money. Get mad. Bruh, I ain't hating at all when your face crushed up like a ball, a piece of paper. Okay, make that face at me, dog. Mama been tired, been praying the ball. Get mad, spend 25, make a big sex. I'ma get it live when the shit dead. Just give me the light, we gon' get lit. Break down, Kit Kat, day round. We stay out, we stay late. You sleeping, for paydays by the weekend. The game, babe, it's cold, but it's gravy. That's the seasoning. Money only changes when you really need it. You let the money change it when you're trying to keep it. Mad at me. That I'm happy. Why you smiling so much? Like, why is laughing? So these niggas is funny too. Right in the kitchen, yeah, niggas is hungry.
Welcome back to you High Yet PotCast. B-Dot has his 2 bottles of Jack Daniels. So you know, guess what? We have a third cast member.
What is wrong with this nigga, man?
You know it's about to get lit and spicy up in this motherfucker, man. Not only is he drinking that, he is also drinking Green Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you, this Green Dragon is fucking incredible. Oh, this motherfucker is strong, even for me. I done mixed all this shit up thinking that Rod was gonna come. I thought we was gonna have a guest.
Rod is DJing tonight, 8 to 11.
8 to 11. I will be down there. A real nigga's birthday was on Wednesday. Eastside. Hell yeah. I only celebrate my birthday in the stars, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody knew, nigga. Nobody knew.
Hey, man.
But neither knew.
I'm trying to be like Jesus, man. They be like, when was he born? Ha ha! They gonna start celebrating my birthday on Christmas. Man,
Nobody knew that.
I'm gonna tell y'all, people be like, you know, I had a couple folks like, man, what you gonna do for your birthday? Like, nigga, you be smoking every day. You gonna smoke on your birthday? I be like, nigga, what I tell you be that? I'll take it to the precipice. For I must meet.
And what I tell you.
For on my born day, I must meet the person that I left before I was born. The
Man,
source.
Playboy Cardi got a song. Fiend. You should have queued that up.
No
man.
such thing as a marijuana fiend.
It is, man.
No such thing.
You know what song I'm talking about, though?
Nobody is.
Fiend. That shit is hard.
B-Dot, grow up and listen to your age-appropriate genre of music. We don't.
I listen to all music. Yeah, I listen to Playboy Cardi. He's from Atlanta.
Is he?
Man, Playboy Cardi got 1 million songs, bro.
I know he got 1 million songs, but I don't listen to him. Just like Fiend. It's just not my thing.
I listened to his first song he came out with, but I didn't catch the others.
What's the first one?
I keep riding it. I forgot the shit though. You know what I'm talking about.
Anyway, I was telling B-Dot.
Yeah, I hate it.
On my birthday, I like to go to the stars for one reason. I mean, it's the. I told him I feel like, and I've said this before. I feel like most people are cannabis deficient. Why? Because your body produces cannabinoids. I feel like why would it do that? Why would your body start producing cannabinoids, endocannabinoids, what they call them? You know, and then it's the story of the Dogons. I went all.
What? Tell us, Great Wizard.
I mean, well, I feel like I have to read again. I had a thesis about it, but I just can't remember. But you know, I was telling them about the Dogons and how the Dogons said we was a part of an interplanetary community that we were just violent motherfuckers. So they're like, okay, let's suspend these motherfuckers on a planet, put them in bodies so they can't use none of their powers, and give them weed to think it over. Just in shorthand, basically, what they believe. And when you guys fucking, and my theory further goes, now this is just on my own, that when you finally die and you're, you know, because you're supposed to be a spiritual being trapped in this body, and then you go back and they say, you know, it's the judgment. but I feel like it's a judgment amongst that community. They're like, all right, come back. Let's see if you got better. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see if you can live with us again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, no. Take your ass back to earth. You know what I'm saying? Let's start all over again.
Now, that's a good theory.
I'm about to write a book based
It's
off
a
of
theory.
It's a good theory.
Everything is a theory.
It's a theory.
We haven't proven anything yet.
But it's a theory.
But it's
Now
a theory.
we haven't proven it. Okay.
But that's going based off of Dogon spirituality, based off of, nigga, y'all here because y'all don't know how to act amongst the civilized community amongst the stars. You don't know how to use these nuclear batteries and stuff for good. I seen this little clip. It's basically like, hey, the humans discovered fire. Oh, they're using it as a weapon. Hey, they discovered tools. Oh, they're using it as a weapon. Oh, snap, they discovered nuclear capabilities. They'll be able to jump fire. Oh, they're using it as a weapon. You know what I'm saying? That's just us, man.
That's just us. We just violent people.
And the few among us that actually get it, get gone. They think Jesus gonna come back to this bullshit. I be thinking to myself, y'all killed him the first time. Don't you think he could die again? Do you?
Well, I think the problem with that part of thinking he's going to come back is that I told you my theory on that. Him and Satan has a bet.
Yeah. God definitely. He definitely. Niggas think they have. Look, God and Satan are like politicians, where they be like, "Oh, this nigga's going to," and then behind closed doors, they're like, "Golf at 3."
Yeah.
Golf at 3. You know what I'm saying?
You gave them that free will, right, Jesus? Yeah. They gonna do bad with it. Nah. Okay, next round of golf on you if they do bad.
You know what I'm saying? For real though.
What is that, bro?
I mean, the Book of Job.
No, is that hash, bro?
This is rosin. This is lemon orange rosin.
I hate the way you pronounce that, bro.
Because it's spelled R-O-S-I-N, not resin. It's rosin.
Man, go ahead, bro.
Resin is a.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Resin is what's left after something has been used. Rosin is a complicated process of pressing buds at a high but low temperature for a certain amount of seconds, preserving terpenes and not adding any type of solvent or chemical.
Not burning off the
cannabinoid.
So Keith, for the most part.
No, it's not Keith.
Pretty much.
No.
Roundabout.
See, I don't like when B-Dot does this. It's not Keith.
In the same category.
I'm helping you out.
It's not
You
Keith.
get a chance to explain everything.
Okay. Keith is basically just dry sieved hash. You put
I didn't think I had that announced.
You put it over a strainer. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has a fucking grinder. You know what Keith is. The shit at the bottom, the dust, you know what I'm saying? That little extra icing. My coworker calls it seasoning. That Lowry's. You know what I'm saying? That you put on top. You got to put that Lowry's on. We're going to start calling it Lowry's.
Okay.
Hey, I got that Lowry's.
Everybody don't do that, though.
What do you use Keith for?
A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't even know what it is to use it.
Look, man, let me tell you something.
I mean, if you got a grinder, like, do you think the majority of people that smoke weed use a grinder? The majority of people.
When you say
yes or no, man?
I gotta ask a question. Because when you say smoke weed, you mean a heavy user,
God,
a moderate user, a weekend user?
Just answer the question.
But it'll depend on what type of user they are. For me,
we're not making it nuanced. Just
because
black
a
and white.
person who smokes only when you have it doesn't need a grinder.
Yeah. If he just smoking your weed,
right.
he don't need nothing but a
trying to
plant.
make it too complicated. Okay. I'm just talking about people that smoke weed. It's two types of people.
Okay, I'm gonna say no.
No, it don't got to be on a regular basis. It's two types of people.
I'm gonna say
people
no.
People that smoke weed and people that don't smoke weed. So for the people that do smoke weed, do you think the majority of those people use a grinder?
Slick say,
are your fingers a grinder?
Oh my God, bro! Next question, man.
I'm just trying to be difficult. All right, I'm gonna say no simply because of the market now and people can buy.
We don't need the explanation. So
wow.
No. So,
how much of that jack is gone? Oh, he's almost done with the first cup.
Nah, bro. So no, right? No. So I would assume my hypothesis would be that if the majority of people don't use grinders, then it's a whole hell of a lot of people that don't know what Keith is and that don't use it. If they don't know what it is, they're not going to use it. So I would think half or the majority of people that do smoke weed that don't use grinders probably don't know what Keith is and don't give a fuck about it. Thank you.
When they find out what it is, they'll definitely give a fuck.
Oh, it's. I mean, come on. If you got a grinder, you should know what Keith is.
Even if you don't,
and you should be using. But if you got a grinder, you definitely should know because you're accumulating Keith every time you got down grind up some weed. So,
I mean, the only reason you really know all of this stuff is because you have a friend. I'm not talking about you specifically. It sounds personal, don't it? But I mean, just think about it. My first time smoking some really good weed, I was with my brother Kevin at his house in Riverdale.
Rest in peace.
That nigga just walked in. Rest in peace. He just walked in. This is the first time I smoked weed not around KG or my brother. Oh, well, my first time I smoked weed with my babysitter's children. You know what I'm saying? But after that...
What's her name, bro?
It was an old lady. It was an old church lady. She went to church and left me.
You the name dropping, though. Drop his name.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like 6 years old. I don't know her
I'm
name.
just joking, man.
I wish I did, because I sure enough call her out. You know how I get down, beat out. I call names in front of everybody except the police. You know what I'm saying? Unless they listening. But nah, my babysitter went to fucking church. Them niggas had me smoking cigarettes, weed. They're like, here, drink this beer. They're like, what?
Did they,
I was talking in a fucking Arab, Arabian voice. I was like, yeah, I'm not from here. I am from... Oh, Lord. They're like, this nigga crazy, nigga. Let that nigga hit the blood. Yeah, I was like, yes, but
did they force you to do it, or did you do it? On your own volition. Did they force you to do it?
They didn't force me to do it, but you feel me? I was a fucking 6-year-old with teenagers. They was treating me like I was the coolest nigga around. Like, this nigga is awesome. Let him drink that beer.
You know what my son told me today? My 11-year-old son, he was like, man, we were talking about something. He was like, everybody got free will. Nigga, even at 6 years old, you got free will, nigga. So you chose to indulge in cigarette smoking. You like that nigga on the meme, nigga. I like to, do hood rat shit with my hood rat friends, nigga. Nigga, what that mean, man?
I want you all to take notice from the last time that I pointed out to Jack Daniels that the cup has been refilled.
Whatever, man.
He has reloaded his gun. He is ready for shots.
What did I buy it for? What did I buy it for?
Everybody.
I bought it to drink it, my nigga. You know what I mean?
This is his relaxation.
Carry on, right, man. Like, I'm not crazy. Look, do you see where the goddamn
you ain't
dragging that? Right, exactly, nigga. Stop playing with me.
You didn't touch that at all.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
We just came in here talking about everything: Jesus, marijuana, alcoholism. Let's do sticks to seeds. I only got one. I know you got one, beat out.
Yeah, mine is that I mean, there's nothing I can change now, but I wish in the past I would have talked more about my history. You know what I mean? In this shit, it's just time for it, man. You know what I mean? It's time to, like, when I seen B on the couch, you know what I mean? That inspired me a little bit. Like, I got to tell my story, man. You know what I mean? Everybody else telling their story from their vantage point and whatnot. Like, it's my time. And I just felt, like I wish I would have been more mindful of, the things I was talking about in the past. Like, I could have been educated y'all niggas on this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when people call me the GOAT, it ain't a whole lot of people. It's like 1 or 2 niggas. You know what I mean? That'll run up to me and call me the GOAT. Or just give me my flowers and accolades, you know what I mean? But I should have been explaining to y'all niggas why a nigga would call me the GOAT. You know what I mean? Like, I got a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this shit that niggas don't know about. So it's time for me to tell my story. I wish I had told it sooner, but, ain't no time better than the present.
You're supposed to be giving us sticks and seeds.
That was. I don't have a random story.
But I was going with you. I mean, I feel kind of the same way because, but on a different side.
It's just like with the music. Like, we made a lot of music, bro. Like, I made a lot of songs, a lot of music. And I wasted away a lot of that shit because I put a lot of effort and energy into bullshit-ass songs.
Yes.
Talking about selling dope. You know what I mean? Pulling a pistol out on a nigga. You know what I mean? Like I spent a lot of energy on them type of songs. And I put a lot of creativity into it. So when people listened to it, it was still hip hop. But it wasn't anything to empower anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just ignorant, creative, ignorant music. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
I don't even write with direction anymore.
But I'm just saying, like,
I just let it write.
Like how much time did we spend? Well, I don't know about you, but I know about me. How much time did I spend making bullshit ass gangster hood music? You know what I mean? Like I was different from a lot of niggas because I had a balance. 50% of my songs would be talking about some trap bullshit, but the other 50% would be talking about some revolutionary shit. You know what I mean? That's what I hung my hat on. Nigga, I do got a story. I was back when I stayed on the west side or whatever. My mama still got a house over there on Wedgwood. We was over there. My homie knew one of T.I.'s. I don't know if he was a brand ambassador or A&R or whatever, but he came over. And my homie was like, man, let the nigga listen to your music, bro. You know what I mean? Play the music. So I played the nigga I thought was my hardest songs. All of them was, catchy, hood, bullshit ass, I sell dope, I shoot a nigga ass songs. With a lot of punchlines and a lot of metaphors and a lot of similes and a lot of wordplay. So it was crouched in hip hop, but it was bullshit ass music. So I played it and he's like, oh man, yeah, you can rap. He was like, you ain't got, he was like, you ain't got nothing else? So I'm like, well, fuck it. The only thing else I got now is my revolutionary shit. So I played him all of my shit. I played him a song called Fuck That Flag, talking about the Confederate flag and all of this shit. And when he heard it, he listened to a couple more, but when he heard that song, he was like, bruh, this that real shit, nigga. He was like, niggas, this is what niggas need to hear. He was like, nigga, I respect this shit. He was like, fuck all that other shit, really. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But in reality, the reality of it is, if you on that type of time in the industry, you probably not gonna get no deal.
Yeah.
You probably not gonna get a lot of fanfare and notoriety, maybe from local MCs or fellow MCs, but from mainstream America, from a commercialism aspect of it, you probably not gonna get a lot of love. You know what I mean? Like real talk. So, and that's like the catch-22 of it all. You know what I mean? If you keep it too real, shit, you probably ain't gonna sell no records. Mm-hmm. I mean, hey, what else?
That is what it is. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Damn, we turn into regular nigga. We start using cans and all types of shit.
I mean, I just look at it like I love two of my favorite artists are Jay-Z.
Oh, hell no.
Listen. I'm making a point. Two of my favorite artists are Jay-Z. I wish a bunch of niggas was listening to this shit, but even still, I still say what I need to say.
Jay-Z makes actual moves to stop other artists from outselling him.
Okay, that's a whole nother, man.
It is a bunch of niggas listen to this. Trust me, they watch after.
Bro, you can have your opinion.
They never watch really live a lot of times.
But look.
So spit your talk.
Jay-Z, one of my favorite artists of all time. Everybody that knows me knows this. Dead Prez, one of my favorite artists of all time. Everybody that knows me knows this. What did Jay-Z even say? He was like, truthfully, I want to rap like common sense, but I just did 5 mil. I ain't even rapping like common sense. Truth be told, if lyrics sold or some shit like that, truthfully, I'll be Talib Kweli or some shit. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like
just Jay-Z. Common is common.
At the end of the
day, Jay-Z knows just rap with niggas out on the street in the middle of nowhere as a millionaire. And who was the other person?
Bro, at the end of the day,
Kweli.
my point is,
Talib Kweli.
My point is, at the end of the day, bro, and you know what's crazy? They both represent two different ends of the spectrum, but they
Neither
both.
one of them niggas sell.
But this nigga gonna not let me finish the point this whole show. But they both from Brooklyn, and they both from two different ends of the spectrum. But what is the difference between Jay-Z and Talib Kweli? It ain't the skill aspect of it.
It's the respect.
It is not the skill. I just want that to be clear. Like,
you said
Jay-Z, no, man. Jay-Z, I mean, to me, he's not a better,
yeah, he's not better than Talib.
Technically better than Kweli. And I'm not saying Kweli is better than Jay-Z. You know what I mean? I'm not saying either or. But I'm just saying, like, what's the difference? It's not skill.
Has a whole different feeling.
But I'm just talking about the skill aspect of it, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, what's the difference? It's not that big a difference between either or. So what's the difference between a Jay-Z and a Talib Kweli?
You said Talib Kweli and Common Sense.
No, I didn't say Common Sense at all.
He said Dead Prez. Did you say Dead Prez?
That was the line that he was talking about.
Yeah, I said Dead Prez.
He said Dead Prez.
But when you said Kweli, I just went with Kweli because Kweli and Dead Prez are all kind of in the same boat. I hate to say it, but I mean, to put them in a box like that.
One thing about music,
when it hits your brain.
No, when it's
that's Dead Prez. And Drake stole that line.
Yeah.
And then that's why Stickman came back on that DJ Drama Gangsta Grills they did with Dead Prez. He was like, man, I take my flow right back. Y'all got to go and listen to that. Y'all got to go and listen to Right. Exactly, nigga. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Y'all got to go back and listen to that that Dead Prez Gangsta Grills. I know it wasn't a multi-platinum selling. A lot of y'all niggas, most of y'all niggas missed it.
Man, when Dave Chappelle made that shit his fucking theme song, his opening shit when he came on Chappelle's show, that shit was monumental for me, man, because it was just like nobody, especially when I went to Alabama, nobody knew who Talib Kweli was. Nobody knew who, none of them, they didn't know who, Dead Prez, they didn't know who, well, some of the older heads knew who Dead Prez was. They ain't know that shit.
You know what fucked me up, bro, because, Kweli, for a long time, was my favorite rapper, right? And so, anytime you have a favorite rapper, they influence the way you rap to a certain extent. So, a lot of people, at the time, he sound like Kweli, yeah, whatever. But the crazy part about this shit is, so I went to Kweli by itself, not Black Star. They did a show in Atlanta. This is probably about 20 years ago at Morehouse, or the CAU Center, one of them. But anyway, I went. My brother had tickets. We went. And when we walked in that bitch, it was 3 niggas in that motherfucker. One was me, one was my brother, and the other one was Talib Kweli. And I'm like, bro, this just can't be life, bro. This can't be life. At Morehouse. Oh, my God. It was amazing. I never knew. That's when I understood, like, what was going on.
You know who else is an underrated rapper? That I used to be like, Black fucking Thought.
Yeah, he gonna be underrated forever, nigga.
Like, I'm about to look this nigga up. Like, where are you, my guy? You feel me? I gotta listen to some of your shit again.
He's still dropping. He's just not mainstream like these other niggas. But when we talking about the GOAT,
that's what I
when we talking about the GOAT, when we talking about the GOAT, the greatest rapper of all time, Black Thought has to be in the conversation.
Oh my gosh!
If he's not in the conversation,
another nigga that's probably freestyling with niggas on the corner. Like, y'all rapping? Can I jump?
I don't know about that. I don't know about.
I'm not saying. I'm saying like he walking by here, niggas freestyling.
He might.
He's typing nigga like, yo, I can bounce with. I jump in on this shit.
Tony Rock did. You'll be surprised.
Somebody
bro.
who actually just love hip hop for hip hop.
Right.
Just like me, like I'm always write. I wrote some shit to that Dolce Anxiety. That shit goes so hard. That beat just.
What's the point of writing it and putting the beat to it and never releasing it anywhere?
Because it's trash. But so, but look, bro, we was freestyling right there.
Then he went out of something.
That's why we haven't gotten any music from Beat Out in the past decade.
Niggas don't want to hear from Beat Out.
That was a good one.
You know why I don't put anything out, bro?
Because it's trash.
Yeah. But look, But listen, real talk.
That nigga saying, yeah, I just want to.
No, I mean, a lot of people say my shit trash. A lot of people say I'm the greatest of all time.
Rod, the only
Like,
person
that's
told me
just
my shit was trash.
man. If you
Nigga, that shit garbage. You don't know the punchlines.
if everybody tell you your music is dope, you trash. I'm gonna pretty much say that. Somebody's lying to you, bro. It is not one artist on this earth that everybody likes their music.
Look, you remember that?
That's never happened.
I'm not saying that.
I think there is.
But I'm saying
Eric B and Eric B, Rakim.
See,
but I'm saying
pretty
when I
much
go to a studio,
everybody loves Rakim.
I'm being real. Y'all.
Look, when I did that, I Just Want to Smoke with Cool Cloud, I went to a studio with him. I forgot what bro name is, but I forgot what his name is. Samurai. I think his name is Samurai. He on the west side. But he was like, when I laid, first of all, my verse was stupid long. It was like a minute and a half long. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, nigga, he's like, you like one of the dopest niggas I've ever heard in my life, nigga. Cause you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just want to smoke, nigga. I can't even remember the other part of that verse, but I just kept switching that shit up so much. I can rap about weed all day. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I ain't gonna lie. Like,
when I'm
I done recorded this nigga. I done recorded this nigga a million times. You know what I'm saying? And he recorded a song called, I done recorded and engineered with this nigga. And it was a song he did called Blue Camouflage, I think.
Yeah, man.
And when I heard that shit, I was like, it made me like, I don't know if I still want to do this shit right here, baby. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, is this what niggas is doing now? You know what I mean? But
hey man, but look, Camouflage is a fine
in all fairness to me, I gotta be real. I gotta be real. So like, cause what he just said, like, when a nigga was like, man, this is the greatest shit I've ever heard in my life. You know how many times nigga that told me this shit? You know how many times nigga that said, boy, you the dopest lyricist I've ever heard. Mook B.
In real life,
Mook B said himself, look, I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say. Because I don't want to shit on nobody.
Don't shit on nobody.
Because what I was gonna say was gonna be negative. But in reality, this nigga Mook B done went everywhere. Like during my run, if you would ask Mook B, and I done heard him answer this a million times, who his favorite rapper is from the West Side, that nigga would say B-Dot. But he would say, what I would hear him say mostly is the best lyricist on the West Side or the best MC on the West Side, like B-Dot in my top 5. He done said that a million times. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
Not that it means something to anybody.
It fucking means something.
But to me, it's like you don't ever think like nigga, we done had careers out this bitch. Like it ain't over. Like I'm still going, and Wiz still going strong. Wiz in his prime right now. But it's like I sit back.
Wiz doesn't release any music to be in his.
Okay,
Wiz
I'm gonna release something tonight.
Wiz is like.
I be rapping in my car like this shit is dope.
Who is that nigga? Wiz is like. But
it's
look,
not my beat though. It's like damn, it's not my beat.
I want when the beginning of the song comes on, I just wanted to say the great and powerful. That's all I see.
I'm gonna get y'all.
Yeah,
see, that's an issue.
And then I ain't made videos for my. I've been thinking about my video. I want to make videos. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the problem is.
Just make clips for now.
We
I want to make an
artists
video. I got
suffer
a whole
from that
concept
shit, bro.
for a video. But it's just like, yo, getting the people together. You feel me? Like, I want to have a fucking bonfire.
That's the problem.
Dancing around the bonfire.
That's the problem, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the problem. You gonna come up with excuses and whatnot. When I was with, I'm gonna tell you how I learned how to do that.
I gotta pay these fucking people.
I'm gonna learn how.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Nah, look, I'm gonna tell you, nigga. You know what the fuck I'm talking about, nigga. I'm gonna tell you.
PPP law.
Bruh, I'm gonna tell you where I learned this shit from, like story wise. You know what I mean? Like I literally came up when B first started on Deck Records. You know what I mean? It was me, Wank. We was really the two that was in that house every day, whatever. When B went and first bought the first program, he didn't even know how to use it. He had to pay niggas come over and show him how to use it or whatever. Fast forward, we started making all this music. B was not dropping anything. He wasn't releasing nothing. Niggas just sitting on hundreds, 200, thousands of songs or whatever. I think that's where I learned it because when I started, you know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of hard to, like, why am I going to drop this record? Like, what's the end game? You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to drop it and to nothing. No rollout, no real promo, you know what I mean? No release parties, no nothing. It's like, why am I releasing this record? I can release it just to put out some music for my core fans, which may be 50, 60 people, you know what I mean? But like, and that was kind of the thing for me. It's kind of like, why am I releasing this record if really ain't nobody gonna hear it anyway? You know what I mean? I'm just releasing a record just for the sake of releasing.
You don't know that. You don't know who's gonna hear it.
But if you don't have like at this point, but I think my initial point was that all artists do this at some point, especially people that come up like us. We making music, on our own terms, in our own studios, whatever, doing whatever we need to do. It's kind of like, yeah, you're gonna release music, but at the same time, it's like most of your music is probably not gonna be released because it's like, what is the end game for that record? You don't want to just throw it out there and nobody hear it and the record get old and then it's trash. Not trash, but it's like, if you release a record, nobody hears it. It's a dope ass record. The record could potentially be a banger, but you release it on your IG, on your TuneCore, on your YouTube, on your whatever, on your Apple Music, whatever you release it on. Nobody hears it. In a year or two, nobody's heard that song, which could have been a potential banger, but you done already released it, like you done dated it. It's like, what's the point?
Songs that get dated though come back. I mean, you look at.
I was going to say that too.
You look
Young
at what's going on.
Like this, son.
Right.
That's the exception to the rule.
But all it takes is for a 12-year-old with a million followers to do a dance.
You heard this?
Y'all. That's not a strategy though. That's
you're
like
talking business.
Young LA like that.
Business to people who are artists.
Right. Hope is not a strategy,
Some
but
of these niggas have never had a job for 6 months straight.
hope is not a strategy. But at the same time,
plans.
you don't know until you put the music out to see what's going to happen. If you retain it, let's put it this way: you have a 50-50 chance if you put it out. You have a 0 chance if you retain it.
I don't think you got a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, you do. You technically do. If you put it out, you got a 50-50 chance somebody catching and they catching on.
I don't agree with that.
Well, how much chance do you have if you don't put it out?
I agree that you have more of a chance if you do put it out, but I don't agree that you got a 50-50 chance.
Well, you have a chance. The point is that you have a chance.
Yeah, but that's like a shot in hell.
The retention
it's like 1 in a billion. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro.
That's a great question.
Like the odds. Like, we got to be real. The odds of making a hit record.
Yeah, we're being real. We're talking ratio.
Right. So the odds in having a hit record is like 1 in a billion.
But the point is though, if that's the labor of love that you have, and that's what you love to do, you do it regardless to what.
I'm just talking about releasing music.
You release music. You do it. Yeah. I have videos on YouTube of me DJing all the time. Some may get 200 views. Some may get 100 views.
Right.
And then there's other DJs who are fucking trash. DJ Laugh has said it. There's a lot of trash-ass DJs that get 400,000 or 500,000 views.
Right.
And they're fucking trash.
Right.
But at the same time, I love to DJ. So I'm going to keep putting my shit out. Because that one video I put out, that shit might grab me. You see me all over the place. I'm 54, so I ain't got much time to sit back and worry about who gonna see my shit and who ain't. I just love to do it. It may be a time that I may not be able to do it.
Right. So what is your purpose?
So why we gonna retain it?
But what is your purpose of driving it?
Make myself happy.
Right.
To know I dropped.
I'm not. Shit. That's not what I'm. And that's my point. That's not what I'm talking about.
Basic math.
When we're like, especially like Wiz right now. Take me in my prime. When I'm dropping a record, what am I dropping it for?
So people can hear it.
No, that's not. No.
Hold on. Let me tell you something. You have to separate being a businessman from being
Right, it don't got nothing to do with being a businessman. You taking that to the extreme.
You're speaking business.
No, I'm talking common sense. I'm talking common sense, and it's common sense to me because I've been on both sides of the coin. And even without being on both sides of the coin, with this much skin in the game, I realize I know what a rollout is now. I know how important it is, and we're just talking about one aspect of releasing a
problem
record.
with the industry is it's too much.
It ain't got nothing to do with the industry. A rollout don't have nothing to do with the industry.
I understand all of that.
A rollout has to do with promotion and getting people aware about what you're doing.
As a business.
Bro, that is promoting your record.
Yeah, that's business.
You could promote your record without spending a dime. Is that still business?
Okay, check this out.
No, is that still business?
You can do that now. I'm trying to do.
But is that still business? Because it seems like you calling it business because you think it's money involved. They got guerrilla marketing, all of this shit. You can do a rollout without spending no money.
You're doing it for the money. That's what makes it business.
No, you're doing it because you want people to be aware of what you're doing. Nobody releases a record that they don't want nobody to hear. When you release a record, you want the however many people that can hear it to hear it. You're not releasing a record just for your homeboys. You know what I mean? But for a long time, that's what we were doing as artists. When I was with On Deck, that's what I was doing.
That's not what we're doing, but that's what people are.
No, I'm saying
that's what people are still doing.
Right.
That's how a lot of people come up. They release a record just for their hood, and their hood blows that fucking record up. So
how many times does that happen?
A lot.
It does not happen a lot, man. No, it does not happen a lot. Stop playing with me. Like, what scale are y'all using? What scale are y'all using?
The current scale of a lot of artists don't even have a rollout or promotions. They just throw that shit.
Most artists don't have a rollout.
Yeah.
Most artists
they throw it on.
Most artists don't. Most artists don't have a rollout. That wasn't even the point of what I was saying. Most artists don't have a rollout. I agree with that.
Right, but that's just how it goes.
But you're saying that the problem
with the advent of social media, all that extra stuff sometimes is just not needed. And I get what you're saying. You want to do it the proper way.
A rollout is not extra though.
It's the proper way to be done.
A rollout is the regular way, whether it's an indie or a major. But my point is, like, back to Wiz, so if you do a rollout without spending no money, is that still business, is what I'm saying. It's not you trying to make it out, you trying to make it like, I'm just talking a foreign language to these niggas. What
does a rollout without spending money look like? For a nigga watching that.
How many? You know how many niggas done did rollouts because they didn't have a budget? You do what you gotta do. You get creative. Niggas do. I seen a video the other day where a nigga was goddamn rapping and. No. Look, a nigga was rapping in a what store was that, bro? This nigga was rapping in the store. Did a whole little mini concert in the store. I'm not saying do that, but I'm just saying like niggas is thinking outside the box. You know.
What's the difference between that and just throwing it up, making a couple of clip videos to your song and putting it on TikTok, Instagram, or whatever, and see what happens? Because to me, doing it in the store still is the same equivalent to throwing it against the wall, see what fucking happens.
Majority of the people that are big time stars didn't do it of their own volition.
I mean,
they didn't do it of their own work, of their own.
What is that? You can't even scale that.
Because, but see, I'm talking about a young dude coming up. What you're saying is all right, but when they look at, oh man, Ray, I know these niggas we ain't heard from these niggas in a long time. But
what am I saying though? Like really, what am I saying? I don't think you. That's what I'm saying. I think you missing.
I don't know what you're saying because you
keep
moving this goalpost.
Right. What goalpost have I moved though?
Now it's at the 50
right, but what goalpost?
Like, we playing football?
This nigga come on this show and repeat. This nigga come on this show and repeat.
We not like this. You like shit.
Bro, let's keep it 1,000. This nigga now Lab don't know shit about this, but this nigga come on this show and repeat everything I done said to him in the car. You know what I mean? And it's all good. I ain't mad at it. Bro, you done said about 3 things I done said to you in the car. But my point is, how did I move the goalpost? What did I move the goalpost on? You just missed the point I was trying to convey. I didn't move any goalposts.
I'm making these clips.
I didn't change anything. Right. So what did I move the goalpost? Name one thing I moved the goalpost on.
I'll name it. I'll be able to name it.
You can't name nothing because I've been consistent this whole time.
I can't name it because
I can name one.
I want to make a.
Let Lab name one.
Point to the jury that I am halfway done with my Green Dragon. He hasn't touched his. Fuck you, B-Dot, for trying to call me on some shit. You know I don't remember.
I can name one.
Go ahead,
name one.
B-Dot said you got to have promo and rollout and everything. You got to do it the standard way. And then at the same time, he said a nigga was in the store rapping in the store trying to see it doing promo. And I said, what about releasing on TikTok, and
That's
you
the
said
same shit.
that's not promo. So I'm trying to think, what's the difference between roll out the way you say the industry standard way, going to a Walmart and rapping in the middle of Walmart and throwing clips of your song on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook? What's the difference? Because you said the rapping in the store was kind of the same thing as a rollout. I
didn't say it was kind of the same thing. I said that was a creative way to promote whatever you dropping. If you want to say that's the equivalent of saying that's a rollout, even to a certain extent, that may be a rollout. If you're doing that in the head of your release, I give it to him.
It's 30 people.
It's something like a rollout.
You better off putting that shit online.
Either way, that's
it's
something.
30 niggas at Walmart checkout.
Either way, that's something. Whether you agree with it or not, whether you like it or not, either way, the fact is, it's something being done to promote an album ahead of its release. And if that's your rollout, that's your rollout. I've never said, you can go back, look at all the footage, whatever. I've never said you have to have a rollout to be an artist or to have a successful release. I was even saying how...
You said, what's the point of putting
I was even saying how even when I was really dropping a lot of music, I didn't have a rollout. I didn't know none of this shit. You know what I mean? I was just dropping music because I felt like...
You said, what's the point of putting out the song?
Yeah, exactly. At this point, thinking, looking, knowing what I know now, what is the point of...
You didn't say for you. You said for anybody.
For anybody now. It's because now I know better. I didn't know better back then when I was dropping music. I was thinking like everybody else. Boy, I'm going to drop this. Somebody going to hear it. We going to go crazy. You know what I mean? My friend gonna share it. Somebody gonna hear it. They're gonna call me to the studio. I'm a rapper. We all had these pipe dreams, you know what I mean, with no real strategy and no real idea of how to make this shit happen for real. Outside of the fantasies, you know what I mean? Like real talk. I didn't know back then what I was doing.
And some motherfuckers just like to rap. Some motherfuckers.
But how many niggas you know like that, bro? Look, I'm the most hip hopest nigga you can get. You know what I'm saying? Like I came up when hip hop was starting.
Like
Fat Boys.
Nigga that just loves the.
I'm just saying, Fat Boys, DJ Rod Bass, fucking even MC Brains, like nigga,
but
like.
Can I ask a question? We all came up. We're older, so we came up when hip hop began.
Well, it started a little before, but I was still young when it was.
But I was there. Shit. I was with Grandmaster Flies and Fury Fly telling them what to
I came in. I wasn't Grandmaster Fly. I was like the Fat Boys, but even like Curtis Blow.
I was listening to the message on the radio live when it first came out. That's how old I am.
Well, see, that's a few years before me.
But check it out. But what if they had said the same thing that you're saying though? What if they had said, man, why we even gonna make any of this music? We know this rap thing, ain't nobody gonna listen to this shit. They listen to R&B. What if they had said that, like, why do we even need to put this music out?
Is like the most pessimistic
this promo, we ain't got no promo, we ain't got shit. We need to do it the right way. Why we even bothering? What if they would have said that?
Y'all missing the whole point of what I said.
I know what you're saying, but
I'm not making anything if you listen to what I'm saying, and if you have an objective opinion on it. Listen, bro, I've said at least 3-4 times since I've been sitting here today that when I was dropping music, I was dropping music like crazy, not having any type of strategy, no rollout, no end game in mind, just releasing music because I thought this was the best music out there. And if people just hear it, this is real, bro. When I was releasing music, I was dropping music like how everybody drops music that's trying to come up in the game. You just releasing everything. No strategy to it, no rollout, no end game, no plan, no nothing. You just drop in the music because you think this is the best music out there. And all people, and you thinking you have this idea. To me, I say it's a fantasy. Some people may disagree. But you have this fantasy that, I know it's dope. A lot of people in my hood think it's dope. A lot of people have told me it's dope online, whatever. If enough people can just hear it, it's going to get me to where I need to be or get me at least going in the right direction. You know what I mean? And so that's my whole point. The whole time I've been saying that over and over and over. Like, I'm not trying to make it out like I'm just the smartest nigga in the world. When I was dropping music, that's how I was dropping music, aimlessly. Like, just hoping, sometimes, perfect storm, it'll work. You know what I mean? But that is not a strategy. It's not a viable strategy. Like, if you come up in the game that, you know what I mean? And I'm not telling nobody not to drop music. Drop music however the fuck you want to drop music. It's your music, it's your art. Do with that shit what you want to. I'm just giving you my experience and my view on it. I'm not saying this is how it is, this is how it's supposed to be. I'm just saying from my vantage point.
You did tell us
this
how
is
it's
my
supposed
opinion.
to be. But
No,
I just want to
didn't.
say this. Like you said, you dropped stuff, you feel me? I remember Russ was on the radio somewhere. I think might have been Breakfast Club. And he was saying how he basically got famous. Y'all heard about that?
I did.
Russ said, nigga, I post a song every fucking day on SoundCloud. Every day. He's like, if it's not every day, it's definitely every week. But you got it. He's like, I think he did that for about 2 or 3 years. Every day. He's like, if it's nothing but a verse, post a song every day. So when somebody come on your shit, you feel me? By the time you start getting traction, they hear that song, and then they start going back on all your other songs. You got, you know what I'm saying? There's another person on SoundCloud that said that too. He's like, yo, I just drop a song every day, a verse, something. You feel me? Every day. Every day. Go in the studio.
What
It ain't nothing but a freestyle.
What point are you making?
I mean, from what you saying, it's like, what's the point of making a song and posting it every day for a year or 2 or 3? What's the point?
I said for me. For the average artist, no, I've already said, bro. If you an artist, drop music however you want to drop it. But look, if to give yourself the best opportunity to have success with your record, yeah, have a strategy, have a rollout. If you can't afford none of that shit, do whatever the fuck you want. It's your art. But if you want to have the best opportunity to be successful, to get the most people to hear your music, to make some money, to do something, to have a hit record, the best way to go about it is to have some type of strategy, have some type of rollout, have some type of plan where you can work the record. You know what I mean? Like, how often, like Russ, I knew Russ blew up off SoundCloud, but how many million Russes are there out there?
How many people are dedicated like that?
Bruh, it's a lot. You think only a few people are dedicated?
Like how many Steph Currys are there? How many people sat out there and shot threes every fucking night?
Or it's like the guy
skip a night.
who just became famous from his workout plan.
Yeah. Oh man,
he had been posting his workout plan prior to
consistency wins battles.
And prior to he had been posting his workout plan for years. They say he had been posting his workout plan for years, just posting what he does, and then that one thing that he does, his morning routine, where he put the clock up there, showing what he did at this time, caught on. Now every day he gains 1 million followers every day. He's up to 13 million followers. A lot of his videos have 100 and 200 million views. But I'm just saying, what if he had said to himself, man, I got no idea what I'm gonna do. He just was posting what he do. That's what I'm saying. That you got
y'all acting like I'm telling people not to do not to drop music.
I don't care about other people. I'm talking about B-Dot. If you love music, as I know you do, and I know you love rapping, I know you love the art of rapping, who gives a fuck what the fuck the song do if it sound good and you love to do it. If you put it out and you know you gave it 199%.
I do, because I know.
Should LL stop rapping and dropping music? Fuck no. LL, man, let me tell you something. Everybody want to.
It's different.
How old is this nigga, man?
LL is 54. Not rapping. LL is not rapping.
No homo.
LL is not rapping right now for the same reasons he was rapping when he was 16, 15 years old. You can't tell me, and I don't know. I could be wrong. But I don't think he's rapping for the same reasons.
You, as a rapper, you want to say something that's interesting. You don't want to be a basic, you know what I'm saying? You have to be saying something that's interesting. So whether it's the bragging thing, you know how we brag. We bragging about something. The smartest nigga, the strongest nigga, the best lyrics. I got the most money, the most bitches, something. You know what I'm saying? Or am I just telling stories? You know, or am I attacking other rappers and people who can't rap? You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of avenues to take with rap.
I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off. Jazzy Jeff says you should die empty. You should die with all your art. If you have art within your soul, you should die empty. Why retain it? Why hold on to it? Why wait till you have a plan to release it where you can just drop it out? You feel me?
Yeah, I agree. Who said that?
Salute.
What said?
Oh, I appreciate it, my nigga. You know what I mean? Backing them small fuckers.
Oh, that was Mix-a-Lot. That was
Mix-a-Lot.
Okay, yeah. I've been under a rock for a little while. I'm back. I'm back pissing niggas off. Y'all heard these niggas? Y'all hear these niggas?
Wait till we do these clips.
Lab and Wiz.
It's okay.
We gotta get you to understand that art is art, and sometimes the best laid plan is no plan.
I know.
Listen, if
artists
you are artists,
we're feathers in a breeze. We just land when we land, and we do what we do.
Hey man, we are artists in this motherfucker, and we all are serious about our shit. Me, Wiz, Lab, and probably, you know, whoever watching this bitch. You know what I mean? And so I would never tell a nigga, don't drop nothing. I've been telling you, like in my past, that's all I did.
Us that shit
no, because how can I tell
like,
you?
Why would you put out a song, nigga? For what?
How can I tell you not to drop something when that's all I did during my career? Drop music randomly, aimlessly, with no goal other than for people to hear it and for some type of magical shit to happen to somebody. Hey, come on in, let me talk to you about this record. You know what I mean? But I think we all had them, you know, type of illusions that it's just that easy. But it takes more. So my thing is like, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna end it on this, as far as my take on this whole shit. Like at the end of the day, you know, I love hip hop. I probably will drop some more shit, and it will be probably just for the love. Like I'm not trying to, you know, I don't care if it sell 1 million or not. It's just my art, my expression. I got to get it off. You know what I mean? That's like my therapy sometimes. It's just writing and rapping. But hold on, let me finish. So, but at the same time, I am, you know, I do feel a certain way about my shit, like Erykah Badu say. So yeah, I do think it deserves to sell 1 million records. You know what I mean? And be a #1 hit. You know, all this other shit. Like I'm not vain about my shit. I love my shit that much, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm not telling the nigga what to do with their art. You know what I mean? You want to release it, do whatever. But I'm saying, from my opinion, if you want to put yourself in the best position to have success with whatever records you got going out, get you a rollout. Go look what a rollout is. You know what I mean? Go look into some promo. Go look into how you can really execute that record. You know what I mean? Google some radio stations. Like, go in and, like, you got to do more than just if you really want it to be successful. And I'm not discounting nothing what Lab and Wisdom said. Some people have just dropped music. And, you know, this happened, perfect storm, and shit happened. But in all reality, out of 100% of niggas that's doing this music, 99% of y'all niggas ain't gonna make it to a Drake level, to a Prince level. And I'm not saying don't strive. I'm not saying don't strive towards that, but that's just not reality. You know what I mean? Like, so you just gotta figure out what type of artist you want to be. Are you in this shit to sell records, or do you just want to make music because that's just your life's passion? You know what I mean? You got to figure out what you want to do. And I think you can do both to a certain extent. But if you really want to, I'm not talking to the niggas that just want to release music because it's their passion. They just hip hop heads. They just love rap. They just want to drop. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to the niggas that want to make a hit record when they drop something, a nigga that want to be on Billboard, a nigga that want to make money, a nigga that want accolades, plaques for your shit. I think the best way to go about it, if you dropping a record, a single, get some people that can get you a decent rollout. You know what I mean? Or at least look into what a rollout is. You're dropping a record. You know what I mean? You want somebody to hear it.
You gotta move out.
Okay, my sticks and C's is bright headlights.
Jesus Christ. We are here talking about you said bright headlights.
Bright ass headlights. When did headlights get so goddamn bright? Why the fuck is all of the headlights so goddamn bright?
They started putting them LED motherfuckers in. But no.
Mine ain't bright. Well, I don't even have any. You know, the cars I be driving.
Oh, Slick wanted me to ask about King Yoshi. What y'all think about his promo? How he does things as far as.
I love King Yoshi's promo.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about. Like,
I mean,
an artist like King Yoshi.
Now, Yoshi's a great example.
Mm-hmm.
Cause see now, be that you gonna hold
Perfect
to what you said. What he do that one rap a day?
Yeah, And remember, he used to do the thing where he used to be live, and people put words in the live, and he would rap to make those raps.
What did I say earlier? Guerrilla marketing. Is that not guerrilla marketing? But listen to what y'all don't know that King Yoshi do. Let me tell you something that you don't know that King Yoshi do. He put up a bunch of money.
Did he?
Yeah, he put up a bunch of money to make his shit happen. And that's my whole thing, man.
I don't know. We had him on here several times, but we ain't never asked him about his money, his promo money.
Ask him about it next time.
He also has a good ass team.
King Yoshi is not only he's doing events. You know what I mean? Like he's doing big events.
Yeah.
He's doing.
He has him everywhere.
He has a beverage line. What is
he had
it called?
Papers way. I mean, he had roller papers way back in the day.
But I'm just saying, every venture that he has takes promo. And of course, you know, a lot of the promo, he's front and center in the promo. But ask him how much money he done put up to promote these events, these parties, this brand. You know what I mean? Ask him and say B. Dot asked him. You know what I mean? Because that's something you will never see. You know what I mean? And y'all thinking, you know, shit just happened, you know. I'm not saying y'all. I'm not saying y'all. I'm just saying artists, as artists, because I've been an artist right there, you know, hungry, like dropping shit, like trying to, you know what I mean, strike.
Who was that person?
But I'm just saying, rapper? I was that nigga that didn't put no money behind what I was trying to do.
Who was your favorite rapper, though? Did your favorite rapper put money behind his song?
Jay-Z put a whole bunch of money behind this stuff.
Yeah, drug money.
It don't matter.
You sell drugs?
I did.
Okay, well, you got to get on Jay-Z level. So you could have popped off.
The point is, man, if you're not willing to, okay, I look at it like this: if you're not willing to invest no money in yourself,
we got
but
right back on.
But we on some other shit. If you're not willing to invest no money in yourself, and I'm saying this at my own detriment, if you're not willing to invest no money into yourself, but you're willing to pay, you know, whatever to get into a showcase or to do a show, like you a fool. You a fool. And I do shows, but
I'm about to say now you stumbling on.
Yeah, I am. But for the sake of being real, just to show y'all how real a nigga is, you a fool. Invest that money into yourself, whether it's promo on IG, you got a single. Man, put that $50 behind, you know, promoting that shit on IG.
The economy is hurting really bad to be there. You might want to watch your goddamn mouth, nigga. They like, you know what?
Bro, I'm not doing those shows. I'm working, nigga. I'm a 9 to 5 nigga. I haven't done a show since November, nigga. All my money coming from busting my ass. You know what I mean? No homo. No pause, you know, no Diddy, none of that shit. But the reality of it is, like, I just want to be real.
This nigga beat out Sticks and Seeds for 75 minutes long.
Invest some money into your own career.
Mine was real
if
short.
You want to have a career.
I'm gonna go first. My Sticks and
This whole shit wasn't my Sticks and Seeds.
We've been talking about how artists don't fucking. It started off how
we gotta talk about it. Why not? Like Lab said, somebody gonna rewind this shit.
They are gonna rewind and be like, B dot right or whatever. They gonna get what they need out of it when they need it.
They gonna say B dot was real saucy.
I think we all made good points, but it's just the fact that all of our opinions were allowed to be expressed. I didn't talk over Lab. I didn't talk over you. You didn't talk over me. We got it all. So.
All right, my sticks and seeds is really short. It happened on the way over here. Replace my other one. Niggas with fucking shopping carts and Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, General Dollar, anything with a dollar
behind it.
Because there's nothing in there for $1. Why is your shopping cart full? And we're in line. It's no conveyor belt. Look,
because ain't nothing over $1.
Do you notice that anything in the Dollar Tree is never, or Dollar General or Family Dollar, there's never a sale? You know
why a sale on $1 and something, bro?
It's not $1.
It is $1 and something. No. All of it is $1 and something.
No,
now.
Family
Dollar. Nothing is over $2.
Nigga, my fucking deodorant was
Family Dollar, yeah. Yeah, Family Dollar.
The water was $1.90.
I thought you said about
you would
the
think
Dollar
the water
Tree.
would be $1, right? The water was $1.90. And I got that coffee, which was probably $3 too.
But Family Dollar and Dollar General have never been a dollar store. Only
Dollar General used to be $1.
No, only Dollar Tree is what used to be $1.
Look, let me tell you, my grandmother in the country, there's a Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree State is still $1.25, but they got $5 shit and $10 shit in there too. But they got some $1.25 shit.
Okay,
bro.
You got Family Dollar. That's like the last.
Never been a dollar store.
Family Dollar.
Never been a dollar store.
The one in Addison, Alabama has been $1.
Fuck out of here, man. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Been $1 store. Even the clothes were $1. The clothes were $1. My grandmama and my granddad. Look, my granddad stopped shopping there. My grandmama kept shopping there. You know what I'm saying? That's how I know, because he like, I don't fuck with Family Dollar. But that was the last one to come around. They tried to fuck with them, and they was like, you know what? Fuck all that shit. We got their name. We just gonna up these prices and keep it rolling. But nothing in there is a fucking $1. There's no conveyor belt. There's always one cash register.
Always one.
Always one.
It's always full.
Because they not making no money.
Why are there shopping carts in the Family Dollar? Family Dollar and Dollar Tree and Dollar General are for going in there and getting 3 to 10 items really quick.
In one of them little baskets.
In one of them baskets.
Not for poor
people. A candle, some shampoo, some toothpaste, a toothbrush, a bucket.
Not for poor folk.
Maybe a mop and a sponge. You know, some shit that you don't really need a brand
That's a nigga that ain't never been poor.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't never been poor.
Yeah, that's a nigga that ain't never been poor. Now, don't get me wrong.
No, when I was staying in my apartment now, I done got some beef patties from, is it Family Dollar? No, Dollar Tree. And it was $1. It was $1. They $3.
And you ate them at your own risk.
They were the same beef patties that you buy at the
No, they
store.
was not the same beef patties. No, they was not.
It was the crusty, yes it was, nigga.
Bruh, stop playing with me, bro.
What's the name of the restaurant? Krusty something?
The Krusty Krab.
No.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, Golden Crust. Golden Crust. It was the Golden Crust one. It was
Slick say people buy household shit there.
Right.
Exactly. You know, a toothbrush, some deodorant. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, all kinds of shit.
You get the wine for $1. You be like, this shit. Man, give me 5 of these. Right? Yo, wine used to be $1 at the Dollar Tree, man. You know what I'm saying? I see. That's a real sticks to see.
Man, you can get your chips out of there. You better go to Dollar Tree to get your chips. Like, come on, bro.
Chips are okay. See, my grandmama go for snacks. We get Oreos and chips.
But I'm just saying, like, even like,
and pop.
And cookies. Pop.
Man, picture
part of the country.
You know where that nigga from, bro.
I know this fine chick that used to be like, you got some pop? I'm like, girl, I don't know what that is. You tell me. The fuck is pop?
You know what pop is.
My cousin from up north used to say that. I love ice cold pop. Like, ice cream, nigga?
Fuck y'all.
That's what they said. You need a popsicle, nigga.
Fuck y'all.
I know what pop mean. I don't know a question.
Damn, I was.
It sounded a little different, but I mean that's cool.
Oh yeah, you is from Missouri.
But everybody say shit
differently.
Yeah, so I like it because I'm able to add new words into my vernacular. So I love it. I love when I hear other people from other regions say that shit.
Yeah.
It just builds my shit up. So now
when I
know
first
what
moved down here, and
talking
I still had real Chicago vernacular. Like I still talked like when I first moved down. People used to look at me strange because there was just certain things we said differently up there. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know, and I would just talk like I'm talking to Chicago. I really had to learn how to change the way I talk so people could understand what I'm saying and not look at me funny.
Oh man, come on. So my parents were in the military. So we lived everywhere from Germany to East St. Louis. So, and everywhere in between to the West Coast. You know what I mean? So my lingo has always been, you know, like a melting pot of language. You know what I mean? Of you know, and so even in Atlanta where I've stayed the longest, where my mother came up, where my grandmother came up, where my great grandmother came up. Shout out to Murphy High School. You know what I mean? And I went to Crim too, you know what I mean, on the east side for a year, my freshman year. But that's why, you know, in the past, like not now, I don't really get it. But coming up, people would be like, man, you ain't from Atlanta, you ain't from Kirkwood, you ain't from Bankhead, nigga. Why you talk like that, nigga? But that's why I talk like that. You know what I mean? Because I done been all around this motherfucker, and I love it. Like I love hearing other people talk. I love hearing Boston people say "Kai." You know what I mean? I like that shit. You know what I mean? Like I love the.
Because he brought that up. This is funny because I was just thinking about this. You know, people think that I'm from Cali, right? Because my mama from the Bronx and my daddy from Florida, and I just never really got the Atlanta accent because it was I couldn't understand it when I first got back from Germany and New York. You know what I'm saying? I used to not understand it. But I remember one time I was at the Walmart on Panola, right? There's a nigga in the bathroom. And I'm like, hey, man, you know what's some weed at? He like, where you from? I said, man, I'm from Meadowwood. He like, where you from though? I said, I'm from Meadowwood. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what the fuck he talking about.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? I ain't never had like, where you from? Oh, I'm from, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't never did that shit. He like, I'm from Cali. I'm like, oh, so you know what's the weed at, nigga? Like,
right.
He like, it's a grown nigga too, man. And he like, yeah, meet me outside. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm standing out there. He like, now where you from again? I said, I'm from Meadowwood, right behind here. He like, oh, because I'm from Cali. I said, you know what's a bud at? He like, nah, nigga. And then walk away. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy to me, nigga. Like, what the fuck? That's when I had first got back from Alabama. But like, you know what I'm saying? When he said that shit, like, you know, when you've been a lot of places,
Right.
like even when I got on the road, this a nigga from Long Beach. He like my brother, boy. That's my nigga, man. We done did some shit, nigga. Just being drunk and taking over the city. But he was like, man, I swear to God, you sound like you one of my homies, nigga. I'm like, nigga, I've been to Cali one time for 2 weeks.
For
nigga.
2 weeks.
And never been back, nigga. And I never was around y'all.
You can throw that car out there, man.
Yeah, that's what cars I. What?
CUH, nigga.
Yeah, nigga. In Atlanta, they say cuz folk.
Well,
you can't
look,
say that part. You can't say that last word in Chicago.
When I first went
It's
to
a problem. See
look,
what I'm saying? Like you said it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's an issue. You're gonna have an issue.
Yeah.
That's just like
in the wrong neighborhood.
They really say a lot of, like, you know what I'm saying, cuz and folk. They don't gotta be banging nothing, but they gonna say cuz or folk.
Who you talking about?
Or bro.
He said Cali, right?
Or at least
Cali?
No,
You talking about Atlanta? I about to say Chicago. I'm
Cali don't
folk.
say folk. I don't think.
Look, when I
say folk, especially them old heads. You know what I'm saying?
I
On the
went
east
from
side.
I went from St. Louis to South Carolina, and you know we used to say "still," you know what I mean, like punch. And
Yeah,
so
still on you?
I got down there. I'm like, yeah, nigga.
You got
still on this
stone
nigga.
Stone man. We say that down here too.
No. I'm talking about South Carolina though, and this is way back in the day. The niggas was like, what?
Oh, they didn't know what you were saying?
It's like, what the fuck? So in South Carolina, they said "nuck" at the time, which was like early 90s. They didn't know what steel was. I put them on to a whole nother language. But they were laughing at a nigga. But when I went from St. Louis to South Carolina, I was about 12. All khakis. All white T-shirts with, with my name spray painted on there some kind of way, or my hood or whatever. You know what I mean? I went to South Carolina in the early 90s, straight Matthew Dickies, nigga. You know what I mean? Straight khakis. And them folk, I got down there, them folk was saying I was wearing church clothes, laughing at me. I mean, I'm in middle school, high school, these folk laughing at me. All kind of jokes, you know what I mean? Fast forward, it took them folk 10 years. Now everybody rocking Dickies, all this shit, even the spray painted. Like, I've been in a lot of places, but I know around that time, I know in St. Louis, Chicago, it was, the getting your name spray painted on your shirt was heavy. Like,
heavy.
That's what we did, nigga. You know what I mean?
On your hoodie. Get a spray paint on your hoodie.
When I went to South Carolina, it wasn't
Midwest shit.
Yeah.
Nothing was getting spray painted. They was like, man, what is this nigga doing? But I'm like, this is normal to me, nigga. What them Converse was? Them Chucks,
Chuck
nigga.
Taylor.
Chucks was normal. Everybody wore Chucks, nigga. That's what we did. When I went to South Carolina, nobody wears Chucks. What are you doing, nigga?
Put on some Levi's, some crease Levi's, and some Chucks, and roll them tie tops down.
I ain't gonna lie. Metalwood, they told us all types of rules. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I was goddamn. It's all types of rules at Chucks.
One rule we had was you can't tie them motherfuckers up and bust the seam. They gotta be right. You gotta have them tied up right. You can't have them tied up too tight.
I never owned a pair of Chucks, my nigga.
Really?
What? What?
Have I? I think I have.
You had it. Well,
I might have, but I never got. I used to have.
And before the Chucks, we was wearing the high tops.
I used to wear
high tops.
And then we, the
high top Chucks.
You don't know about the high top.
Them double sole joints.
Yeah, I might fold my ears down, nigga. Stop playing with me.
The one with that's what I said. Fold out that top. Hey, the canvas. The bottom of them had to be canvas too.
Did y'all hear that?
What was that?
Like somebody turned the TV on or something?
Nah.
If you wanted
it might
to
have been that thing
segue,
spraying out. Could it go?
I'm saying if he wanted to segue, he just could have segued.
No, it's like a high pitch, like somebody's.
Bro, why does it look like it's a lot of shit being said, but we ain't paying no attention?
I'm sorry.
To nothing.
Shit.
There's some stuff being said.
Lion lady up in this thing. People buy household shit. Oh yeah, we already read that. Damn, what were we talking about? We high as hell right now.
We were talking about trends, vernacular, lingo in other states and where we from and where we've been doing. Yeah, and how we say certain things in certain states, but then you go to another state and they like, what are you talking about?
Oh man, one thing crazy about where B-Dot from in St. Louis is that dar. That R.
They drag that R. They drag that R like
that air is that R.
Drag that R.
I was talking to a girl. She was like, "Yeah, well, you go over the R." It's like everything is normal.
They drag it. They
drag. Yeah, everything is cool until you get over the R.
They drag that R.
That R, the dar. It's like, God damn.
St. Louis is not a real place. How they say Atlanta is not a real place.
That's a home.
St. Louis is not a real place.
St. Louis is really Grand Theft Auto.
It is not a real place. Yeah,
it's the
St. Louis ain't like when I was coming up. St. Louis was big. DJ Quick had just did that like Compton, and he threw St. Louis in there. Man, that before Nelly, before all that shit, niggas don't know, bruh. Born Immaculate, my big brother, in-house producer for D4L Records, president of D4L Records, just got a BMI award from the Migos for that white T-shirt.
Oh, for that white.
Slick sent out the notices, late line of. You got to stay on one page. You got to stay on one page. Slick sent out the messages. I don't send them out.
What you talking about?
She said she asked me about sending a message to her about when the show start. When I was on DJ Lab, and I told her okay, but
I just put that shit in my calendar.
You're right. Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? I put that shit.
Charge to my head and I'm a heart. We got you.
Slick, man, you totally threw off my train.
Why you don't go up there? She's talking about she from Atlanta. She don't go up there to St. Louis. I guess you talking about St. Louis.
Let me tell you something. If you go, take a gun. It's the best advice I can give you.
That's what I was gonna say, man. St. Louis Shout out to St. Louis, man. Southside St. Louis. Man, I stayed on Wabata. You know, grew up Wabata, Crip, Lotus. Well, I grew up on Lotus. Wabata was one street over, down the street from Goodfellas and Martin Luther King. When they had the Rodney King riot, they fucked up Martin Luther King all the way down. Nigga, all them Chinese stops. Niggas don't know, like, nigga, look, in St. Louis, the Chinese stop is like, man, it's just like a window, nigga, out on the street. It's like maybe from that wall to that wall, like long or whatever. Like, and they like on every 2-3 other blocks. It's a Chinese spot, nigga. And it's little, you can't go in there or nothing. You just go up to the window, order, you know what I mean? And it's like that. It was like that all the way down Martin Luther King, nigga. Like, nigga, we love the Chinese spot, but you know they look different in Atlanta.
Nah, you burnt them all down, didn't you?
Man, Rodney King riot. I was like 11, 10 years old, bro. Like I didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah, 1,000 miles.
I just knew.
Like fuck it, huh?
I just knew.
Said fuck it. Was y'all rioting in Chicago?
That shit
too?
was crazy. But look, we in St. Louis.
It's the craziest city in America.
Look, we in St. Louis. We a million miles away. Well, we the gateway to the west, but we ain't nowhere near California.
Yeah, ain't nowhere near. Y'all like fuck that.
Niggas was not playing. Niggas was not playing. Look, go back and look at any of like when Mike Brown died. Of course, that was in Missouri. So I mean, I don't guess you can really count that. But look at
What you mean that was St. Louis? That's where St. Louis.
It wasn't St. Louis. It was Ferguson.
It's Ferguson.
But either way,
they lined up and said she was watching on TV.
And Ferguson is right there next to them. Yeah.
But even look at George Floyd or Eric Garner, any one of them. You know the outcomes and the riots and all of that. I guarantee you, St. Louis was right there in the mix.
They like, yo, are we burning shit down?
Yeah,
hey, they burning shit down, y'all. Let's go outside.
Niggas don't know about, like, niggas talk about New York, L.A., Atlanta, the Bluff, all this, but nigga, go to St. Louis playing.
So basically,
go to St. Louis, nigga.
So basically, you saying St. Louis is your older cousin that's down the ride with you.
Look, St.
It's
Louis.
basically that older cousin of all the cities. St. Louis is that older cousin that's gonna ride with you.
No, I'm saying St. Louis is the Compton that you never knew about.
So they say people been marching. Now.
What that mean? People been marching now.
Man, that last march I went to with B-Dot, I said, this ain't me right here.
What march?
With Trayvon Martin.
Oh yeah, I got that's on YouTube. Y'all go tune into that shit.
You can tell by my face. That's my last time fucking march.
Oh, we was all like wired up, like, you know.
Hey, when they had the rise of Rodney King in Chicago, first thing they said, do we really want to burn up our own shit? I mean, I ain't gonna even lie, like, don't come outside and burn up our neighborhood. We already ain't got much.
But see, that's why I was saying
we didn't do it.
In St. Louis, it was a little different because they was burning up all them Chinese. That's what I distinctly remember. They was burning up a lot of Chinese spots.
And it's not on spots. It's not on no racist shit, but you know they directed.
It was what it was, man. Like I was a kid.
Well, you feel me? People mistake racism. You can't call it racism if you treat people a certain way, and then after a certain amount of build up, there's a retaliation. That's not fucking racism. So, that's you. I mean, that's with anything. You beat a fucking fox, guess what? The fox is gonna bite your ass and try to escape.
Let me say this. I'm an old nigga now. You know, I ain't 50, but I'm still an old nigga.
You close though.
I'm not close, nigga. I'm halfway, nigga. I'm kind of halfway, halfway. So either way,
you ain't 25.
The door is cracked.
Nah, nigga, I'm talking about.
The door is cracked.
Oh, it's look, nigga. I'm on the path, nigga.
You like,
I'm right there.
You like
no, I'm talking about when I get into my, you know, the between 40 and 50. Like I'm not most of the way there. Is what I'm saying. I'm almost halfway there to 50. You know, between
almost halfway.
Between 40 and 50, bro.
So you almost 75% there.
Okay, whatever. No, hell no. Okay. Anyway, you trying to distract me.
Closer to 80. Go ahead.
I don't even remember the point.
47.5.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That's 20% apiece.
I don't even remember. Oh, okay. The point I was making. No, I'm not. Fuck what that nigga talking about.
Good mathematics, you guys.
That nigga making up shit. So
If you're
from
if
being
you're 40,
around
80% there to 50.
from
I don't
being,
know how old he is, but he's
no,
somewhere close.
no, that's not true. So from
Actually, he's 40. He's 90% there to 50.
there you go. See, it's even more. You know what I mean? 10 more.
But each 10 years.
But I'm talking about. I'm breaking down to 10%. I'm breaking down to 10 years.
Each 10 years count for 20%.
Every 10 years count for 20%.
Okay.
Bro, this nigga is just saying. So anyway, so the point I'm making, it don't matter, bro. Let me get back. Before I lose thought, nigga, I'm smoking them high. I've been drinking this shit. I've been drinking Green Dragon.
Says she is from the upper ass part of Atlanta, Zone 1, Simpson Road. Slick
Thank you.
People been marching now last week, marching against the changes happening now. See, we're not talking about marches, sweetheart. We just talking about
no. So that's my point.
The crazy
so
parts of
being
St. Louis.
from being around in St. Louis as a kid during them Rodney King riots, to being an active participant in what was the last march we went to? Trayvon Martin, the Trayvon Martin, which I got documented on YouTube right now. Sankofa Digital Films, digital media.
Yeah,
whatever.
go watch that. I'm about to go watch that.
Yeah, go watch that shit.
We were not happy.
Me, Wiz, Ride, front center in that bitch. But anyway, my point is just juxtaposing the two. And during the Rodney King shit, I didn't see no white folk. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't see not one colonizer. During the Trayvon Martin rally, I saw about 40%, 50%.
I say it's about 20 white folks.
Hell no, that's not true. That is not true. I think it was about 40% white folks.
40% white
At
folks.
the last march we did at CNN, that Jamoke, my big homie that he organized.
40% of those people that we were there with were white?
It was like 40% white folk.
Nah.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Camera crews don't count.
Nah, it was like 40% white folk.
Police don't count. Come on, let's start getting.
Nah, I saw the people from the front to the back.
Business owners standing outside on their stoop.
Nah,
videotaping us walk by don't count.
I saw the people from the front to the back. It was 40%. I was driving. It was 40% white folks. Right. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that was like, the lay of the land as far as who was there, who was involved. When the Rodney King shit was going on, it wasn't no white folks at all. It was 0%. The Trayvon Martin, it was
Were
like.
You there?
Yeah, I was there. What you mean?
Oh, you talking about the St. Louis?
Yeah.
I mean, I know St. Louis, they like nigga. Yeah.
But it was no white folks, is my point. And during the Trayvon Martin shit, and even during the Trayvon Martin, we still had riots. We still had stores getting broken in and, niggas taking shit, especially on Peachtree. I know y'all remember that shit. Either way, I think that was the biggest difference because the energy was different. You know what I mean? Like, niggas was mad, but niggas wasn't mad enough to goddamn fuck these. You know what I mean? No, it wasn't that type of energy. During the Rodney King riots, it was that type of energy. It was like, nigga, it's gonna be you or me, nigga. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be you. Just from my own personal experience, like the whole, mentality of the marches was different, and the people that was there.
I know. Don't you think it's the same? I mean, what's getting accomplished? We march a lot.
I'm not saying one was better than the other. I'm just saying, like, the energy. Like, when it was all niggas, it was like, we gonna fuck some shit up, and we'll figure out the game plan later. You know what I mean? But right now, we just reacting. We just reactionary. We gonna fuck some shit up, and that's just what it was. Mm-hmm. Wasn't no plan, no method to the madness. We fucking this shit up.
They said them boycotts was working on Target. I don't shop at Target anyway, so hey man, I'm forever boycotting. All the I was driving when Trayvon Martin. I just stopped in the middle of the street. When Trayvon Martin died, they were setting the police cars on fire. What, in Atlanta?
I guess.
Yeah.
I think it was because I was somewhere and I was like, damn, I wish I was in Atlanta, nigga. Mad as fuck.
But you gotta fast forward to look at all them, the marches we did for Occupy Atlanta and all of these Occupy movements when they inserted all of these white folks. And then they come to find out that even Art was saying that, back in the day, that a lot of the vandalism that was happening when they caught up with the people, there was white people from affluent families and shit. Like, kind of like, you know, they plugged them in there, but I didn't fuck with the whole Occupy movement like that anyway. Only to a certain extent.
I only fuck with brown folks.
But
not all of them. Shit, I'm sitting down on their ass.
You talking to some niggas that we done been a part of all this shit.
Yeah, we done helped everybody. Fuck them niggas.
Malcolm X Grassroots Movement to COBRA, National Coalition of Blacks Reparations in America.
Not our
NAACP, SCLC, nigga, what else? Nigga, we've been right there, Nation of Islam, we've been right there front and center, and not only been there, been involved in, what's going on. So
Orlando said we don't even mention George Zimmerman anymore.
Because he's walking around free. He's been living his life for over a decade.
Yeah.
Just remember that.
It's
he's
embarrassing.
Been living his life for over a decade, and he murdered one of ours. We're going to start saying that. Because one of ours. We got to get this one hive
one
mind.
One of our little brothers.
Look,
it
make us. Look, when he died, man, man, I ain't going to lie, man. I cried, and my pops had to hug me because I was like, man, stop me. I'm about to, I'm just saying. I'm like,
I don't remember hugging this nigga, but I'm just saying. So,
Slick said, who do you think was looting when we had marches in Atlanta?
A lot of the white folk.
You Slick? I know you was out there.
A lot of white folk. A lot of white folk. A lot of plants. A lot of white folk.
Yeah.
All them white folks holding up traffic and that. Come on now.
Black people don't do that. We know people.
Come on now.
But y'all know what happened this last time they had this whole protest recently, and black folks was told to stay home. You ain't heard one bad issue about that, right?
Yeah. Ain't nobody to blame it on.
You gotta know the difference, right?
Ain't nobody to blame it on.
What you mean?
Like this last march, the last protest they just had recently, last week when everybody's protesting what's going on now. And black folks who said, "Hey, don't take y'all black asses out."
Wasn't no tear gas.
Wasn't no tear gas.
Wasn't no dogs.
Police and dog.
Wasn't no fucking gear.
Wasn't no tanks brought out. Let's be real now. Wasn't no news agent said, "Oh my God, they're in the store. Take your stuff." And whatever the case may be, they didn't change the protest to riot in the terms of their conversation about it. So that's as black folks, we got to really think about that aspect of what's going on in this country and how we are seen when we come outside the protest, how we are being treated. But no matter how non-violent or how whatever we are, they always gonna seem to bring it to us as if we're being violent, we're rioting. They always gonna have police in riot gear, dogs, tanks, guns, water hose, whatever the case may be. That's what they're gonna do. That's gonna be their first act when they say black folks is protesting. You see, they ain't do none of that. You ain't see not one news coverage of any of that shit going on. Like, for real.
I ain't gonna throw shit at me. You gotta go with a gun, baby girl. That's how we do it. This is Atlanta, man. That's why I be telling. There's certain places I want to go, like New York. But I can't bring my gun. They didn't go to Fofo. I asked them at the beginning of the show.
So I told y'all, bro.
I go to Glenwood Day.
Nah,
Eastside.
So I'm going to So Georgia me hit me. She was like, man, I ain't a part of 404 Day. The fuck going on? I'm just as shocked and appalled as shit because Georgia me, you know what I mean? Like, she should have been, top 5 on niggas y'all hitting them to get involved with this whole thing. And now 404 Day ain't what it was initially created, to be. I guess maybe it is in certain ways, but the nigga that started it all is Ricky Raw. You know what I mean? That's my homeboy. I've been fucking with this nigga, you know what I mean, for the past couple of years. So Georgia me called me like, fuck, I ain't on 404 Day. What the fuck wrong with these niggas? I'm like, fuck wrong with these niggas? You know what I mean? So I'm like, let me call, Ricky. Let me see what we can do. I called up Ricky, I ain't gonna say act like. He didn't know who Georgia me was. So I put him on game. I'm like, nigga, you got Kilo performing. You got whoever else. I know you had Kilo. I'm like, nigga, Georgia me gonna fit right on in there. You know what I mean? You need to put Georgia me in the game. You know what I mean? I sent him some links. He hit me back. He was like, man, I heard one of her poems. I'm damn near crying. I'm like, yeah, nigga. You know what I mean? I'm like, Georgia me is Atlanta. You know what I mean? You don't get no more Atlanta than Georgia me. So he put Georgia me on the bill. And that's why I was saying earlier why I didn't want to get into the Mook B shit because Mook B made a whole rant about, man, I ain't a part of 404 Day. Fuck wrong with these niggas. Why I ain't doing nothing for 404 Day? So I hit the nigga up. I'm like, Mook, I'm going to hit up my man who started 404 Day. I'm going to see what I can do for you. He said, okay. I hit up my man. He put me in contact with another nigga doing some shit. Well, I ain't even going to go into that because now it's going to seem like I'm hating on Mook B and I don't want to do that. But either way, it didn't turn out right. You know what I mean? But my whole point.
Tried to help him, but
I'm not going.
You did your part.
So you said I'm gonna try to get you up on 404 Day, and then you had to call me back.
That's all we said.
But look, I'm not going to elaborate. But either way,
you did your part. That's all we
so
said.
I wasn't physically present during 404 Day, but best believe a nigga was behind the scenes, puppet mastering and shit, making shit happen. You know what I mean? So I was a part of 404 Day. I just wasn't there.
Say, what happened? What happened?
George Floyd, it was awful here. The police chief.
I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna say that was slick.
What she say?
People don't fuck with Mook like that. Who are people? No,
So look, let me say this. Did y'all see any 404 Day shit?
We did.
Mook was live. He was on the bill. He went on at like 2:00. He was on the main bill for 404 Day with all the other people. You know what I mean? So
he made it. So
he made it happen. You know what I mean? So I don't even gotta say nothing.
That's all that matters.
Right. That's the most important part is that, you know what I mean? Like if you know this nigga, if you know Mook, who is my big homie, who is my brother, help raise the nigga. If you know Mook, then you already know without me explaining anything. Mm-hmm. What the fuck happened? If you've been paying attention, you know what I mean? Like,
I ain't been in Atlanta that long, but I know what's going on. I'm just saying, like.
And if you don't know Mook, then fuck out our conversation, nigga.
God damn. God damn. Well, we've been here for a minute, man. I think it's time to go. I wanted to tell y'all this before I left. You know what I'm saying? Because this show is about giving you something. You know what I'm saying? Something that's going to elevate you before you leave. What he been up to? Oh, the TV, I posted it. Who you talking about, Mook B?
We don't know. You got to go to his
How
page.
The fuck we gonna?
Okay. Lady Lila, you got to go to his page to figure that and see.
I don't think you want to ask these guys.
You can ask me, but I just don't know. I got too busy running Misfit Radio and all my team, all my podcasts.
I'm gonna leave everybody with a little knowledge that you can take on through your.
I'm just joking. I was just messing with you.
Hey, you know
I just wanted to show my.
He the time man. Okay, go ahead.
DUI guideline. Said he the time man.
You know that. You know, Slick ain't got no goddamn filter.
I don't even know what that means. Slick, but B-Dot ran away.
Hey, go ahead and give drop that knowledge.
Yeah, drop the knowledge.
Drop that knowledge.
Some quick knowledge for you guys, especially those of you that choose to do. Man, look, don't drink and drive. The tire man, what? I don't know what this is.
Please,
all right.
Hey, edit me out.
Drop
Edit me
that
out.
knowledge.
Bro, edit me out. Edit me out.
Drop that knowledge.
Let me tell you something, man. There's a reason why there's DUI attorneys around.
Okay.
Because police do not follow the law.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you again. Police do not follow the law. There are plenty of attorneys that have a PSA out. Mm-hmm. They say, you want to help me, help you again? Mm-hmm. Shut the fuck up.
Say that two
what
times.
What you do when the police say, where you going? Shut the fuck up. Mm-hmm. What you do when the police ask you your name, but they don't have a crime? You shut the fuck up. What you do when the police ask you, explain to me something? You shut the fuck up. You feel me? You shut the fuck up because a lot of times there is no crime. You're sitting here for 2 hours. Can I have your ID? What are you doing? You shut the fuck up. There's no crime. But he's looking for a reason.
Right.
So I ran across a DUI. You know, I watch these auditing videos and everything. I watch the good ones, the people who cite the laws and cite the court cases and cite the actual the district courts and, you know, as pertaining to us. We're in the 11th Circuit. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All that shit.
Yeah, we're in the 11th Circuit. So I love to see stuff in the 11th Circuit. So okay. I look stuff up for Georgia specifically, you know. They have their own loopholes on the other side.
Mm.
So the first rule of a DUI checkpoint is that it should be neutral selection.
Mm.
Also, you have to tell us ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. I heard that.
Who is the mutual parties in this mutual selection?
In the neutral selection, which means that you can't be like every single car. This car, this car. Every third car. You can't be like, oh, there's a black guy, so we're going to do the second car. No, every third car. That's how your plan goes. Every third car.
But what is it called though? Mutual. I want to stop you from saying
It's called neutral selection.
Oh, neutral selection.
Neutral selection.
I thought you said mutual.
Neutral.
All right, my bad.
See, Jack Daniels filtered it out, and he was like, "Nah, nigga." He's like,
"Mutual, nigga, mutual, nigga."
I get what it did.
that shit so watery at the top, though. That shit down there see through.
That's like iced coffee.
That's ice water coffee.
Fuck y'all niggas.
Okay. I just want to I want everybody to learn this. See, I don't like people to have power over me, right? And when the police come up to you and they like, you don't know what to do, you got to give me your license. It's the law. No, you got to know what to. Dang, it's the 10 p.m. on a Friday night. Crack that wine open, girl. Let's go.
Crack the wine open, girl.
Damn, it is 10 p.m.
Let's get through this. Neutral selection. Law enforcement must have a predetermined, non-discriminatory plan for selecting vehicles to stop, ensuring that the checkpoint is not used for general law enforcement purposes. Like I said, every third car. You know what I'm saying? Every second car. One car, 4 car. 1 car, 4 car. You know, a pattern that's predetermined, right? Second thing, they got to give advance notice. This is where the loophole comes in. Because they could put it in, what's that shit? The creative loaf.
Mm-hmm. That nobody gets.
That nobody reads.
Fuck y'all, I read the creative loaf.
I mean, but like, they can say, as long as they publish it somewhere that's public, where the public can read it. They don't got to put it on their Facebook page. You know what I'm saying? That's where the loophole comes in. But they have to... You know what I'm saying? That's in the aftermath. You make sure that they did that. Where is it published at? Where's that paper? Where's the post at? You know, minimizing intrusion. You just checking for DUIs. You're not checking for. Now this has happened to me. I had like a suspended. I had a suspended tag, and he was like, "You just lucky we ain't checking for tags." He was like, go ahead. He was like, but if somebody pull you over, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was like, but we just checking licenses and checking if you drunk, like, you know what I'm saying? So basically, that just like their plan of selection, they also have to have one thing they're checking for. I can't be checking for everything. It can't be used for general law enforcement purposes.
Right.
It's a black guy and a white girl in here, and another white dude in the back, and he look cracked out. You can't start an investigation.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you got weed in your car, nigga, your car smell like weed or alcohol, it's up. Blunt spray. That's who I need to see if want to sponsor us. Blunt spray.
Lady Line Love says, "Are you high yet?" No.
I'm gonna have to deliver you something, Lady Line. I'm gonna blow this shit right through that TV on you. Training experience. Officer conducting checkpoints must have proper training experience in identifying signs of impairment. I was watching a lawyer. He got it. You check their certifications and everything. You can do this as a regular citizen. You could check, like, you got a DUI, check to make sure, oh, are you certified to check me for a DUI? Are you even certified as an officer? Are you certified to have that gun? Is everything up to date? You basically an auditor. Like, you checking everything on this nigga. You feel you get your Freedom of Information Act? You know, okay. Tag lights. That's where you pull the dash cam. As soon as they come up, you got a dash cam? No, I don't got a dash cam. So you could be lying to me right now, right? You gotta talk to me. You gotta talk like you a boss. My grandmama taught me that. The checkpoint must be organized to minimize traffic interruption. Enough said. Same as minimum intrusion, and there must be 2 uniformed officers. Checkpoint must be suspended if backup causes an accident, and drivers who refuse to take tests at a DUI checkpoint risk having their driver's license suspended. Just a couple of rules that you should know in the DUI checkpoint. Keep your fucking window cracked. Just the crack. Put your license against the window. You love flashlights, right? Am I free to go? I don't answer questions. Are you high?
Hold on. Please. Because I got one question for America. For Lab 2. And I ain't, like I said, I'm not nobody. I'm not no big time. I'm not no celebrity. I'm not nothing. I'm just a regular ass nigga. Work a job trying to take care of my family. So, I just want to ask this question. So, I posted B did Perspectives with Bank. That's that show he got with, Big Bank sit down. It's like a long, form conversation that he had with the guests and whatnot. So they dropped a little promo or whatever. I reposted the promo and I put the real West Side Story, in my story on Open Mic ATL. Posted it. So today I get up, I see, I don't give a fuck, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Mook B done made a video and he like, man, no disrespect to B. I fuck with all them niggas, man, but if you want the real West Side Story, y'all gotta book me. You know what I mean? You gotta book me and you gotta let me tell my story. So I'm just like, bruh, I'm not doing anything, man. I'm not nothing. Like I'm like a nobody in this shit. I'm still trying to find my way, you know what I mean? But you still find, and maybe I'm tripping, but I feel like you still find a way to throw shots at a nigga, you know what I mean? Do y'all think I'm tripping?
Nope.
Like, I'm like,
talking about you?
I don't know, bro. Like,
you said you told your story and he said it and get the
no. So B was on.
Oh yeah, B told his story and he said.
Yeah, B was on. He wasn't on Big Facts, but he was on the other platform that Big Bank got, and they put a little promo thing out there, and I reposted it, and then on top of it, I put the real West Side Story. Look, man, I done came up with B. Like, that's my big homie. You know what I mean? Like, he gave me all the game, all the opportunities. You know what I mean? Like,
they line up say, "What's your name? What's your social?"
Who?
They line up says, "What's your name?"
Hood African.
Open Mic ATL, man.
Open Mic ATL.
My Hood African page private. You know what I mean? It was too much.
Queen shit ATL.
Right, Queen shit ATL. You know what I mean? All this shit. But I was just asking because I'm like, I know I'm not tripping. She said, I'm on that.
No, she said he was.
Oh, yeah, come on. I'm just asking the question. Come like, you know what I mean? Am I tripping?
Yeah, she does not.
I'm like, but my whole thing is, I'm like, bro, you got all this shit going on. You a legend, all this shit in the game. Like, why are you even, like, subliminally sending shit my way? I'm your little bro. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck going on? And this is my dilemma with this nigga that's ongoing. Even though we family, it's just kind of like this little dumb shit go on. But I'm like, I know I'm not tripping. But at the end of the day, B ain't said nothing. B don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. But I just want the nigga to know, like, nigga, I know you sent the shot my way, nigga. You know what I mean? And it was lame as hell, bro.
And sit down and smoke some good old weed and solve your money.
Look, I tell you, I do that when Slick and Lab agree to do it with Mook. I do it.
All right, I'll supply the weed. Are you high yet?
Daddy, where's some money? I don't know. Daddy, where's some money go? Where's Daddy? Where's money? Get the bag.
Yeah. I get the money and go. I get the money and bounce. For the money, I'm going all in. Once I get the money, I'm out. I get the money, nigga. I get the money. I get the money. I get it. I get the money, nigga. I get the money. I get the money. I get the money and sit. This money's my ride in this bitch. Flexing your money on me. Gonna make you get robbed in this bitch. When I get the money, it's toasty. Gotta eat a lot of money on me. I get the money, nigga. I get the money. Where the fuck is the money, nigga? I get the money like it was a bad bitch. Money don't care that I ain't had shit. Money looking out, it got my back. Money's everything. Fuck the rest. I left the strap if I have to, boy. Really, a nigga don't have a choice. Money is my bread and butter, and I kill a man and try to take it from me. Mozzarella dripping sweet as sauce. Don't come in, that's a piece of her. Bands will make her think she need to fuck me. I like cash and why she eat the custard. Money make her wanna know the name, but I don't wanna know you cause you you lame. Money make them try to bring you down. So money's the best thing to keep around. The devil, with money concerto. My money on my mind like it's my some